Good morning, friends. The time is 9:05 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 27th of March, 2025. Now, of course, that's the 28th for our friends on the other side of the world. Hello, Melbourne! And it means it's also Friday for them, folks. So thank God it's Friday, eh, Melbourne? And the rest of Australia. I hope you're all doing fantastic today. My name is Lee. I'm the guy who started the group while I thought it was funny. The group that got you here, most likely. And you, my friends, are you? I know you're awesome. You know how come I know you're awesome? Because you helped me create this awesome site. Therefore, that makes you awesome too, my friends. That's right. There's 1,200 of us here, folks. That's right. 1,200 folks in this amazing group. So let's call it what it is. The funniest village on the internet, population you and I, friends. We're funny people, we're living in a funny place, and we are making people laugh. We really are. So, cheers to us, my friends. So what are you doing today, my friends? I will start off by telling you what I'm doing. I'm working the Calgary Flames game this evening. That's right, the Dallas Stars are in town to get their butts handed to them by the Calgary Flames. Now, I don't believe in jinx, obviously, because if I did, I would never have said that. I'm just going to say, folks, if that doesn't happen, it's going to happen. But if that doesn't happen, it's not my fault. Jinx doesn't exist. But then again, it's pretty hard to convince some folks. That said, I am confident that we're going to have a good game tonight. We've had 4 great wins in a row. And you know what? We are chasing a final wild card slot for the playoffs in the West. And we're nipping at the heels, but we're still chasing it. So we've got to win as many games as possible. So that's what I'm hoping for tonight. And they've been playing really well, as I said. So, you know, I expect good stuff tonight. I do have one of the greatest jobs, you know. I work for the Calgary Flames, which means I also work for the Calgary Wranglers, which is the Calgary Flames AHL farm team. I also work for the Calgary Hitmen, which is the WHL team, which is the Western Hockey League. It's a junior league. And I also work for the Calgary Roughnecks, which is a lacrosse team. And I work for the Calgary Stampeders, which is a CFL football team. And I work a bunch of concerts. That's what my job is. I'm an usher for the Calgary Sports Entertainment Corporation, and it's a fun job, I tell you. I wish it was full-time, but boy, is it fun. You know those jobs where you wake up and you're like, oh, I gotta go to work today. I don't have that issue because I love my job. And I'm not saying that thinking somebody from my work is watching. I got somebody from my work who's one of our admins and mods in the group. I'm not worried about that at all. Just telling you the truth, friends. It's a good place to be, you know, actually liking your job as much as I do. As I said, I wish it was a full-time job, but that said, I don't think there's a better part-time job out there, my friends. So that's what I'm doing. I want to know what you're doing today, my friends. I really do. But you know what? I heard from Rose Glad yesterday. She got her new pooch. She brought him home yesterday, and his name is Maika'i. And he is a sweetheart. I already saw pictures of him when they were socializing. What a gorgeous pooch. And if you ask me, all dogs are good. Even bad dogs are good dogs that just need to be trained, or there's something wrong. But I'm so happy you got your pooch. He's such a handsome pooch. I'm looking forward to hearing about how things are going. And congratulations, Rose. That's amazing. Now, I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that M'lis Carnahan let me know yesterday that she was hanging out with Parker, her grandson. Now, I get my days mixed up sometimes, but I think she told me that. And, you know, Michelle Finnerty messaged me yesterday. No walk yesterday. Yesterday was a day for laundry. But she did say she lives in Massachusetts by the ocean and by the woods. And it sure does look like a beautiful area. I mean, it reminds me of the east coast of Canada, like New Brunswick and stuff like that, and Nova Scotia. Very similar. Just a little farther south, though. And thank you for sharing that. I love those photos that you share, though, by the way. They just look amazing. And it's obvious that you live in a beautiful place from those photos. Thanks for sharing those. I know you didn't share any yesterday, but hey, who really wants to share laundry photos, right? Or I don't. And folks, I want to hear from you. I want to know what you're doing today. I'm not trying to pry, as I've said yesterday, the day before. I'm just kind of interested in what you're doing. I'd love to make a connection with you. Feel free to share, folks. Share anything you want about your day. If I can talk about it tomorrow, I would be happy to. You know what? And now we're at that part of the video where I share a couple of great posts from a couple of great posters like you. Today we've got posts from Sue Ocheski and from Andrea Sally, and they're great ones, my friends. We're going to start off with Andrea's post right now, bringing that up. You know. Yes, I would go probably too. Yeah, I think my curiosity would get me, and if I could afford a trip to a place like a Jurassic Park, I'd go down there and I'm sure I'd become fodder. Thank you, Andrea. That made me laugh. Now I'm going to bring up Sue Ochesky's post, and this one's a little sad, but it is very true and funny at the same time. Folks, nobody's going to want your garbage at the end. Don't have a huge storage locker full of stuff that you'll never use, like old refrigerators and that. But at the same time, this is funny because it hits home. It's true, right? Thank you very much, Sue. Thank you very much, Andrea. We really appreciate your posts. And folks, we appreciate all your posts. And I'd like to see way more. I want to see new people in here posting. And I want to see the people that are in here posting more. Just flood us with your posts. And don't forget, if you get a chance, suggest to your friends and people that you know, hey, check out this great site. It's called Well, I Thought It Was Funny. Give them the link maybe so they don't go to the wrong one. And let them know we're building this amazing group, that we'd love to have them on board. It's funny, it's curated, so get rid of most of the garbage. You know, if we see it, we get rid of it. And at the same time, they could win a shirt, and they can help you win a shirt. We have a contest. We have a contest to get us to 2,200 members. Check out the notes of the video for the details. I think I might have to extend the contest a little bit because we're not getting people as fast as I was hoping, but we're still gaining people. Check out the contest. Information's in the notes. We actually have 2 contests. Check them both out. You got a chance to win a shirt and a mug. So, check it out. Ah, wow, we got here really quick, didn't we? That's right. This is the part where I'm start talking about where we are. So, what did I do today? Well, in the video at least. Started off, I told you what time it was on my side of the world. Then I told you what the date was on my side of the world. And on the other side of the world, hello, Melbourne. And then I talked about my day. Going to be working that Calgary Flames game. That's right, Dallas Stars are in town. Told you about Rose Glad picking up her beautiful pooch Maika'i yesterday. And also told you about Michelle explaining where she lives and how gorgeous it is there, and that she's got a laundry day. And then M'lis, I believe, let me know that she's hanging out with Parker yesterday, her grandson. And you know what? I want to hear about your days. So from there, and then we also talked about getting some more people in the group after that. We've got a couple contests. Remember, check out the notes. There's an explanation of our 2 contests, and you can win some prizes. So that got us here. And then from here, the only place to go, and you know it, you know what's coming. It's the bad jokes. The cashier said, "Strip down, facing me." How was I supposed to know she was talking about my debit card? An older gentleman was dating a woman of similar age when he thought it's time to propose. So he thought he would do it in the traditional way, on bended knee. As he got down in front of her, he said, "Darling, I have 2 important questions for you. The first one, will you marry me?" She was so excited. She said, "Yes, of course, of course. But what's the second question?" "Will you help me up from here?" "What did the horse say when it tripped?" "Help, I've fallen and I can't giddy up." What's the difference between a poorly dressed man on a bicycle and an expensively dressed man on a unicycle? Attire. Pinocchio's had no luck on the dating apps recently. But what can you expect? He's looking for a relationship with no strings attached. You know, life is like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, the faster it goes. What does skunks say in church? Let us spray. What building in Toronto has the most stories? The public library. I accidentally spilled a bucket of paint on my boss. Boy, was his face blue. What was the name of the first emperor penguin? Julius Freezer. Thank you again, so very much, for coming back for those bad jokes, especially if you like them. Thank you so very much. If you're just enduring them, well, I thank you for that too. That means you must be dedicated, because for most people, that is the main part of the video. Thank you to my friend David Knapp, of course, for sending in some jokes. He sends them in daily. I love it. Thank you so very much. It really helps out with the joke segment of the video, which is the toughest part. And thank you so very much to my wonderful wife who sent me a joke that I used too. So thank you to everybody. I really appreciate it. But you know, I want to tell your jokes too, not just David's, not just my wife's jokes, not just jokes from Michelle Finnerty. I want to tell your jokes, my friends. How do you get your jokes to me? Send them to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. That's jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. And if I can use them, I will. And if I do use them, you're always going to get credit. I don't steal jokes. Why? Because I had a great joke stolen from me one time, and that joke is still alive with a famous Canadian comedian. But I am not bitter, actually. I actually think it's kind of cool. But yeah, send me your jokes. If I use them, you're getting credit, my friends. I promise. But I really do want to see your jokes. And you know what? There's that penguin joke. Talk about it every day. Those jokes come from Penguin Biscuits. I'm out of Penguin Biscuits because I live in Canada and they're an imported item. Every Penguin Biscuit, a beautiful chocolate biscuit from the company McVitie's, everyone is individually wrapped. Everyone has a joke on it. I want somebody to send me Penguin Biscuits from the UK. I will pay for it, of course. If you are in the UK or if you have a friend in the UK, I'm serious, contact me and we'll work out a deal where I pay you or your friend to purchase and to ship me some Penguin Biscuits from the UK. I, of course, will credit you and your friend, or just you if you're the first person. And we're gonna have a little story to tell about the great biscuit caper, right? I want you to help me do this, folks. Please help me. I implore you, if you know anyone in the UK, see if they can set this up for me. And just contact me at admin@wellithoughtitwasfunny.com. I'm here. I'm waiting for your email, and I want to make this happen. Please. Or even better, McVitie's/Platis. I'm telling you, folks, I do your jokes every day. I'm talking to you, the company, or anyone at the company that might have anything to do with advertising. I do your jokes every day. I give you credit, and I'm going to keep doing it. I have a joke segment in my videos where I tell 10 jokes every day. One of them's always a penguin joke. And I always let people know that it comes from Penguin Biscuits from McVitie's. You should sponsor this video. You should sponsor all my joke videos, because my joke videos live outside of the main video on Instagram, on YouTube, and on TikTok. That's right, they are just separate joke videos themselves, and I've set them up as a podcast also. Platis/McVitie's, sponsor my joke video. And I'll even wear a penguin hat if I can find one while telling that penguin joke. But whatever you do, contact me at admin@wellithoughtitwas. That's admin@wellithoughtitwas.com. I am waiting for your email. You should do the right thing and sponsor my joke video. We will create great things together. You'll make us grow. I'm going to just keep telling the world how awesome you are. Maybe you pay me a little bit of money. Very little. So little your freaking advertising budget won't even notice it. And the other thing is, I need some biscuits. Send the biscuits in. I'll have a great story about your company and how awesome you are by helping me out with that. Do it. I'm waiting for you. Admin@wellithoughtitwas.com. Admin@wellithoughtitwas.com. We'll do great things together. All right, enough of that silliness. 2 awesome favors I'm going to ask of you. Awesome because, they're good favors. First favor, if you get a chance, if it's appropriate, make somebody laugh today. Try to make somebody laugh. You make somebody laugh, you make their day better. It doesn't matter if they're having a good day or a bad day. Their day is better because you got them laughing, and laughing elevates us. It heals us. It makes us feel good, my friends. Second favor, just as important as that first one, along the same lines, you, my friend, are as important as anyone else. Please find something that makes you laugh today, if you can. And if you find something that's particularly funny, I want you to share it with us. Either share it share it as a comment on this video, post it to the group saying, hey, you know what, this made me laugh today, it made me feel so great. And don't hesitate to tag me in that post, because I'll share that, because I want to know what makes you laugh. I want to know what makes you feel good. I want you to be happy, and I want you to laugh. You make people laugh all day long with the stuff that you share to this group. You deserve to laugh. You deserve to be happy. You know what? We have got the most awesome store that a group called Well, I Thought It Was Funny has ever had. We do. We've got these great coffee cups, my friends. Take a look at that. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Well, this is our new design. We have an even newer design. It's almost identical. I've just made Dorothy, the spokes cow, a little bit bigger on both sides, but I think it looks great. It really does. We've got that QR code there that'll bring it to the group. So if anyone's like, hey, that's kind of neat, that coffee cup. What's it all about? Just tell them to scan that with their phone and they will be at the group. And we've got t-shirts. We got 3/4 sleeve shirts. That's those rock shirts, baby. And then we've got hoodies. Just take a look right there. Take a look at that lineup. And all of these are available in multiple colors, not just black and white, not just morose like me. So they're all available in multiple colors. They're great quality. The sweatshirt feels like a hug. It is so warm and so soft on the inside, I tell you. And you know, I've had this for a couple of months. It still looks great. It hasn't faded at all. really good quality printing. And I said, we got the coffee cup, we got a phone case, we've got, oh my gosh, you know what we have? We have a tote bag, my friends. That's right, we've got a tote bag. Our friend Rose Glad bought our tote bag probably about a little over 2 months ago. And she sent in this photo, and she said, not only is it great for your books and your groceries, it's fantastic for carting around your rubber chickens. And you know what? If you know slapstick comedy, you know that that's an important reference. Rubber chickens are funny. And Rose, thank you so very much for that endorsement. It's the best endorsement I could ask for. Folks, we've got a great store. I hope you check it out. And if you do purchase one of our items, whether it's the coffee cup, whether it's a hoodie, a t-shirt, phone case, whatever it might be, I would love to see photos of you, holding up your coffee cup or posing in your shirt or your hoodie or flashing that phone case. So folks, check out the store. If you do purchase something, let us know what you think about it. Send in a photo. Tell us what you thought of the quality. I need to hear. I need feedback. I cannot make changes if I don't hear it. I like the quality of the stuff. I think it looks great, and I want to know if you like it, my friends. This is a little bit awkward here. We have a donation page. That's right, we've got a donation page. Why? I spend way too much time on this group making sure that the good stuff gets through, the bad stuff gets tossed, the scammers get kicked out, the religious and the political posts get tossed to the side. It takes work, it really does. So that's why we have this donation page. Completely optional, but if you do want to help us out, we've got a QR code right there. I got that link on the bottom of the screen here, but I have a clickable link up in the notes, and that brings you to a PayPal page where you have an option to donate $2, $3, or $5. And those are Canadian dollars, my friends. Why do I stress that? Well, if you're in the States, your dollar is worth more than ours. So if you're making that $2 donation, that's only like $1.67. And of course it scales up from there. I mean, the $3 is going to be significantly less. The $5 also significantly less than $5. So it's almost like pocket change to a lot of you folks if you're in the States. And if you do donate to us, of course it helps us, but it'll also help the Calgary Humane Society. That's right, 50% of all donations will go towards the Calgary Humane Society. So let's help out some animals while you're helping us, folks. Alright, enough of my spiels, but I do appreciate if you sat through both of them. Honestly, I stand behind the store. I think the products are great, and if you do want to make a donation, it is going to help us, and it is going to help the Calgary Humane Society. Now, I do think it is time to wrap up this video, because I do start to repeat myself. I mean, I repeat myself all the way through the video, but it gets worse by around this time, about 20 minutes in. I just want to say thank you. I really do. Thank you for being members of this group. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for making me laugh. Thank you for making other people laugh. You folks are funny people. You really are, and you've made this a funny group. 1,200 people. Once again, funniest village on the internet. We're going to become the funniest city again, but we are the funniest village on the internet. Population, you and I. Funny people in a funny place, and we're making people laugh. And we really do make people laugh. I hear from people every day telling me how much they enjoy the group. So you know what? Let's spread that. Let's bring more people in here. Let's enrich more people's lives. Let's make more people laugh, and let's make the group better too. Because the more people we have in here, the more stuff that's getting shared, the more funny stuff, right? So let's see if we can get some more folks in the group. Maybe suggest it to someone you know. I do it every day. Try to get people in, and we have an amazing group right now. So if we don't hit 100,000 members or 200,000 members or 600,000 members like the old group, it doesn't matter really. The quality of folks, the quality of posts, this is an amazing group. I say the word amazing. I need to use a thesaurus. I understand that. But it's true. It sounds like hyperbole. I understand that. But I really do feel that we've got such a great group, such an amazing group. I'll say it again. And we're going to get better. We're just going to keep improving. But let's try to get the group a little bit bigger if we can. I know I am. Every day I try. I suggest to people and people I know. No, I don't go up to strangers like, hey, check out this group. That'd be crazy. But like I said, we have such a good group right now. We're in a great place. If we can make it bigger, that's fantastic. But if we stayed at 1,200 folks, and it was these 1,200 folks that we have, you, me, all these other folks, sure is a great place, isn't it? But thank you. Thank you so very much, folks. Thanks for making me a better person, because you really do. I look through all these jokes, all these posts every day. I'm posting stuff like that. You're making me laugh. And when you make somebody laugh, you make them better. And I'm better. And I wasn't bad before. All right. How's that for cheesiness, right, friends? I just want you to know that I'm just happy that you're here. I really am. Hopefully you're going to be here again tomorrow. Maybe we'll have a few new people. If not, we've got the greatest group in the world right now. Folks, see you again tomorrow, and all the love.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.
That was funny.